Hello there and welcome to Verdict 2017. I'm Tracy Shilshi. In the next half hour, I'll be taking you through all the updates that we're getting from the poll-bound states. Of course, a close look at Goa and Punjab. They will be voting tomorrow. But first, let's get you the headlines. Election Commission pulls up government for failing to follow its instructions on the Model Code of Conduct, directs the Cabinet Secretary to ensure that ministries don't approach it directly to get clearance for Cabinet proposals. BJP President Amit Shah and BSP Chief Mayawati address election rallies in Uttar Pradesh. Shah promises anti-Romeo squads in every college to protect girls, while Mayawati warns Muslims, in fact, that the vote split will benefit BJP. And Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav and Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi hold their second joint roadshow in Agra. 7-phase elections for the state's 403 assembly seats to start from the 11th of February. Let's start with Punjab, which is of course gearing up for preparing for, in fact, the big poll day tomorrow and Saturday. Of course, campaigning ended on Thursday. In Punjab, poll preparations are in place for elections to the 117 seats in the state assembly. 1,145 candidates are in the fray this time. The state will witness a multi-cornered contest on all assembly seats, while the Congress is going alone on 117 seats. Ruling Shiromani Akali Dal and its ally the BJP will contest on 94 and 23 seats respectively. New entrant Aam Aadmi Party has fielded candidates on 110 seats and its ally Lok Insaf Party on 7. 6 candidates are in the fray for Lambi in Muxtar district, from where Chief Minister Prakash Singh Badal and State Congress Chief Captain Amrinder Singh are contesting. Over 200 companies of paramilitary forces have been deputed for the election in the state.
वल्नरेबल और क्रिटिकल लोकेशन पे एक्स्ट्रा पैरामिलिट्री फोर्स एज पर नॉर्म जो इलेक्शन कमीशन की गाइडलाइंस है उस हिसाब से लगाई हैं और उसके अलावा जो हमारे 551 जो लोकेशन है पूरी की पूरी 100% लोकेशन पे हमने माइक्रो ऑब्जर्वर डिप्लॉय किए हैं जो सेंट्रल आपके बैंक्स के स्टाफ से होते हैं जिनका काम सिर्फ इलेक्शन प्रोसेस को देखना है और 270 लोकेशंस पे हमने उसके अलावा वीडियोग्राफी भी करवा रहे हैं और 116 लोकेशंस पे हम वेबकास्टिंग करा रहे हैं जो वेबकास्टिंग का सीधा लिंक सीईओ ऑफिस होगा और वो 116 पोलिंग स्टेशन को वहीं से देख पाएंगे चंडीगढ़ हेडक्वार्टर से.
And our correspondent Anu Diwan as well has been taking stock of the poll preparations for the big day in Punjab's Bhatinda constituency. Here's a report from there.
117 assembly constituencies of Punjab will be going on polls on Saturday, for which near about 22,000 polling booths have been prepared, out of which 5,000 are said to be critical. On these critical polling stations, webcasting and a special officer will be deployed along with the paramilitary forces. And on the EVM machine, this is for the first time where photographs of the candidates can be seen, so that if any voter who sees any confusion in the name of candidate can cast his vote after seeing the photograph of his candidate. With video journalist Manoj Anu Diwan for Rajya Sabha TV from Bhatinda.
Well, in fact, Anu Diwan is joining us this evening as well from Bhatinda. We'll speak to her in a short while. We also have in studio KV Prasad, who's the associate editor with the Tribune, joining us in studio too. Mr. Prasad, I'll come to you in a bit, but first, if I could come to you, Anu, give us a sense. You, of course, were talking to us about the poll preparations we saw in that report you sent to us. But as far as the mood on the street goes, is there excitement that there's a new entrant this time around, the Aam Aadmi Party?
Definitely, after the entrance of Aam Aadmi Party, people have started talking about the third option they have been given. So there is a likely a very much possibility that people are considering the third option, that is Aam Aadmi Party, after they are also talking about their progress in the Delhi, what they have done in Delhi and what they are going to do, whatever the things have happened in the last 2 years in Delhi, that are also being discussed, and people are also discussing that we have seen BJP and Congress here from the many years, but why not we give a chance to Aam Aadmi Party? Same that happened in Delhi. So Aam Aadmi Party has a bright chance here to fight with these two parties and win the seat, but we cannot say that whether it will win or not, because Congress is also giving them a very tough competition, and of course Akali Dal, being the bastions of whole of Punjab, is also in the fray. So we can say that Aam Aadmi Party is most likely to have a better future, bright future, sorry, but it also has to deal with Congress and Akalis herein.
Absolutely, and though there are of course two big parties there, and like you're pointing out, of course they've been there for decades now. Mr. Prasad, do you also agree that there is a sense of excitement this time around when it comes to Punjab, with Aam Aadmi Party? They of course have been going all out for months, in fact, not just during the campaigning period as well. And the Congress of course has been going very strong as well, what with Sidhu also joining in all those rallies with Captain Amrinder Singh.
Well, I think it's a fact that the entrance of Aam Aadmi Party for the first time in the assembly elections of Punjab has added a totally new dimension to the politics of Punjab, which was largely bipolar, in the sense that either it was the Congress or the regional strong party in the Shiromani Akali Dal, which of course has an alliance with another national party, the Bharatiya Janata Party, an alliance that has been in place since 1996 onwards. The AAP's entry obviously has upset a lot of poll calculations for both the other two polls, and that is why, and remember, everybody knows this as a fact, Aam Aadmi Party, ever since it got 4 Lok Sabha seats, the only 4 Lok Sabha seats it won anywhere in the country in 2014, came from Punjab. Now that gave the Aam Aadmi Party a tremendous leap forward in electoral politics of the state. And since then, Aam Aadmi Party has been working on the ground.
Yes.
So their campaign actually has been going on much before the elections were declared. In fact, there have been reports which said that by January 2016, Aam Aadmi Party had taken such a huge head start. They had done a lot of, and at one point of time, there were surveys or whatever reports, the claims by AAP themselves that they would bag as many as 100 of the 117 seats.
Yes.
And that, going by Delhi record of 67 out of 70, people believed it.
Yeah.
We don't know yet, because tomorrow the people of Punjab will speak,
Yes.
and the results will be out on March 11th.
Yeah.
But by all indications, AAP certainly is a major factor to be for both the BJP, Shiromani Akali Dal, and the Congress they are facing in the battle this time.
All right, so AAP a big factor in Punjab, and it seems going to be in Goa as well, which is of course going to witness a three-cornered fight for its 40-seat assembly. 251 candidates are in the fray, for including in fact 19 female candidates. The ruling BJP, opposition Congress, and the new entrant here as well, Aam Aadmi Party, are pitted against each other. While the BJP had won in 2012 elections in alliance with the Maharashtra-wadi Gomantak Party, this time it has been abandoned by its allies who have now ganged up against it. Congress, of course, has fielded 37 candidates and is supporting the Goa forward. BJP, meanwhile, is contesting on 36 seats and supporting independents in 4 constituencies. Aam Aadmi Party, meanwhile, contesting on 39 seats. The Shiv Sena is contesting the election in alliance with rebel RSS leader Subhash Velinkar and his party-led Goa Suraksha Manch and Maharashtra-wadi Gomantak Party. Counting of votes, of course, will take place on the 11th of March, when, of course, all the 5 states, the counting would take place simultaneously. Mr. Prasad, this also looking an interesting contest, or perhaps here the BJP has a little bit of an edge?
Well, there are reports that BJP has some advantage, largely because it has banged once again on its most trusted warhorse in that region, in Defence Minister Manoj Parrikar. We all remember that Manoj Parrikar was brought to Delhi to step into the Defence Minister's shoes, but his forays into Goa remained as constant as ever, largely because he's a popular leader there.
Yes.
And this time too, the indications are all suggestions, one doesn't know yet, but he could be a face of Chief Minister, because the incumbent Chief Minister has had a lot of problems, Parrikar, and
Yes.
so much so there has been a split within the RSS faction, as you know, had gone out, they have formed a separate party, there were disagreements within the BJP. So Mr. Parrikar's role was also to kind of bridge that gap that has come into the BJP state unit there. But as I said, so that is how BJP tried to recover the lost ground. The Congress, of course, is wanting to, wrest power from the BJP, and because that's a small 40 assembly elections, which are significant for the Congress to somehow make a comeback in the western state of Goa. But Aam Aadmi Party is again trying to muddy the waters there, and I think it has muddied to a certain extent, but it has not stirred the pot the way it has managed to stir in Punjab.
Okay.
That's what the reports from Goa seem to indicate.
Okay.
And in fact, there was some I remember when the Chief Election Commissioner announced the dates for Goa and Punjab on the same day, there was a question that AAP is complaining that, with limited resources is going to fight two big battles on the same day.
Yes.
Well, any political party will have to be ready to face such a situation. That is not
but a bigger
case.
challenge, compared to a BJP or a Congress, Aam Aadmi Party.
So they were trying to say the point, but that is not an issue. As I said, if you're entering an electoral fray and an electoral battle,
yes,
you have to compete. And we cannot forget the fact that AAP contested Lok Sabha elections in many states at the same time.
Yes.
So, anyway, that is a different matter. But the fact is, Goa again has the smaller regional parties which have stake in the electoral process, and the people of Goa have leanings towards them. So all this, I think all political parties will try to see how best they can garner the support and get the best foot forward.
Absolutely. And in fact, if you could stay on with us, Mr. Prasad, we are also going to be talking about Uttar Pradesh now, where Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav and Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi today held their second joint roadshow, and this time in Agra. The two leaders stood atop the vehicle and waved to supporters. The mega roadshow in Agra is an attempt by the SP and the Congress to bulldoze into the minority bastion and claim Muslim votes. This was the second roadshow by the two leaders after they had held a joint press conference and a roadshow in Lucknow on the 29th of January. The 7-phase elections for the state's 403 assembly seats will start from the 11th of February. The Congress and the ruling Samajwadi Party are contesting the election in an alliance. And UP Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav also addressed a rally in Bar constituency of Agra today and slammed Prime Minister Modi for failing to fulfill the party's promise of Achhe Din. The Samajwadi Party president targeted the BJP government of its demonetization move, calling it a complete disaster. Akhilesh also took potshots at the BJP for making false promises of providing 15 lakh rupees to citizens. The first phase of the 7-phase UP polls will be held on the 11th of February. Meanwhile, BJP President Amit Shah on Friday reiterated his party's commitment to protect girls from molesters. In fact, terming molesters as Romeos, Shah promised that anti-Romeo squads will be formed in every college across the state to save girls. Shah was addressing a rally in Uttar Pradesh's Meerut district, where he criticized the Akhilesh Yadav government for what he called its failure on the law and order front in UP. The BJP president also asked people to give his party a chance to form government for the sake of development in the state. And BSP Supremo Mayawati too on Friday warned the Muslim community once again that any split in their votes will benefit the BJP. Speaking at a rally in Muzaffarnagar, she said that if elected back to power, BSP will not let communal riots take place in the state. She alleged that the BJP government at the centre was implementing the agenda of the RSS and said that communal forces were getting stronger and using the bogies of Gaur Raksha, Love Jihad, Desh Bhakti to harass people. The BSP Supremo also addressed a rally in Etah district.
बीजेपी व प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी ने अब तक केवल एक ही अपना खास चुनावी वायदा ये पूरा किया है कि इन्होंने देश में अपने खास चहेते बड़े बड़े पूंजीपतियों व धन्ना सेठों को पहले से और भी कई गुना ज्यादा मालामाल और धनवान बना दिया है, जिनके धन व बल की मदद से ही अब ये पार्टी केंद्र की तरह यहाँ उत्तर प्रदेश में भी सत्ता में आने के सपने देख रही है, जिसे आप लोगों को कतई भी पूरा नहीं होने देना है।
And more news from UP. The Congress has released a list of 29 candidates for the upcoming assembly elections in Uttar Pradesh. It has fielded Aditi Singh, daughter of Akhilesh Singh, the 5-time MLA from Raebareli seat. The party has also fielded sitting party MLA Ajay Rai, who unsuccessfully contested the Varanasi Lok Sabha seat against Prime Minister Narendra Modi in 2014 from the Pindra Assembly constituency. Rakesh Singh has been fielded from Harchandpur seat, which falls under the Raebareli Lok Sabha segment, represented by Congress President Sonia Gandhi. Among the Vidhan Sabha seats falling under Amethi Lok Sabha segment represented by Rahul Gandhi, it has fielded Vinod Mishra from Tilloi seat and Radhe Shyam Kanojia from Jagdishpur Assembly constituency. Well, KV Prasad continues to stay with us. Mr. Prasad, very quickly, how does UP seem to be at the moment? Is it exciting to see, of course, again, Akhilesh and Rahul, doing that joint rally that they did?
Well, of course, ever since they announced the SP and Congress have an alliance in UP, it has changed the political arithmetic in the state once again. Remember, Akhilesh fought an internal battle which was a struggle against his own relatives to wrest control of the party. And since then, he's been taking decisions. So much is seen as to how it's going to work out both for the young leaders who know each other well, as they claim themselves. And this is the second rally they held today in Agra, just clips of which we just saw a little while ago. Now, obviously, they're trying to send that message of not just unity among themselves, but also to send a message to the workers down below that SP and Congress need to work together. Remember, the problem is Congress has been out of power for a very, very long time. The people, almost 2 generations of voters haven't seen a Congress government in the state. And the Congress is certainly fighting with its, not just back, but everything tied to the wall. So they're trying to come back from that position. And the SP gives them a lifeline. And now that's going to be interesting as we go along, because that's going to change. But BJP obviously looks like it's going to work to ensure that for a party which won 71 seats of the 18 Lok Sabha just 2.5 years ago, needs to really work and make sure that if it translates everything, then there's no problem. But all reports indicate it's not going to be a cakewalk in that direction.
Yes.
And of course, we heard the BSP leader a little while ago. She is also on a bit of a weak wicket, because the minorities which are largely expected to go with the Samajwadi Party, now that is something which we need to wait and watch very closely. Will they go en bloc, which a lot of people say it's not going to happen that way. So it's got to be how are they going to decide, because surely they can't go to the BJP. So they have to look for 2 more, the SP and the BSP. Of course, Congress once upon a time had that kind, but that has eroded over a very long time. And I think for Congress, and then don't forget there are a lot of regional parties once again. In the Apna Dal, of course, which has a representative in the center, and so on and so forth. There are many other, the peace parties there. So there are many other parties which are going to add to it. The RLD in the Western UP is a force in itself.
That's right.
So we'll have to look at it. It's still, as I said, February 11th, next Saturday, the first phase of UP goes to elections. Starting from the western part of the state.
And that's a crucial phase.
Yes,
quite communally sensitive as well. We'll leave it there for now, though. Mr. KV Prasad, thank you so much for joining us and shedding light on really what we can expect in all these states, especially with Punjab and Goa going, of course, tomorrow for elections, voting, Now, the Election Commission has hit out at the government for failing to follow its instructions regarding the model code of conduct during elections, expressing unhappiness at the non-compliance of its directions. The EC has directed the Cabinet Secretary to ensure that ministries do not approach it directly, seeking model code clearance for Cabinet proposals. The poll panel also said that it will not entertain last-minute requests seeking approvals, as it leads to creating undue pressure on the election watchdog body. The EC specifically mentioned that Finance Ministry, Niti Aayog and the Defence Ministry failed to refer important matters to it during the model code period, leading it to give the matter priority over time-binding issues. Without a quick break here, up next we're getting you some special reports from Uttar Pradesh. Stay with us.
The sacred relics of Buddha were unearthed in Piprava in Uttar Pradesh. Buddha Buddhist monks from all over the world visit the National Museum to pay their respects. These charred bone fragments of Buddha are housed in the gold canopy gifted by the royal family of Thailand.
Welcome back. Now, as everyone's focus is on Agra today with Akhilesh Yadav and Rahul Gandhi addressing a rally, together, our focus remains on Agra on other issues as well, where water scarcity is reaching alarming proportions. Water is being pumped up from underground sources and used for domestic as well as irrigation purposes. And in several parts of the city, the water is high in fluoride content and contains very high volumes of heavy metals, causing severe medical problems. Here's a report.
Of the 500-odd villagers in Agra's Rohta village, around 95 have bone deformities. The area is plagued by skeletal fluorosis, a physical deformity caused by excess fluoride content in drinking water. Shambhu, a carpenter by profession, faces a daily struggle to make ends meet. His entire family suffers from the debilitating disease. His wife Shanti too has severely deformed bones in the legs, a condition that developed when she was just 6 months old. And now both her legs are bent inwards at the knee.
इस खराब पानी वजह से हमारा ये हाल हुआ है और हम चाहते हैं कि हमारे बच्चों का ये हाल ना हो खराब पानी से.
In many parts of Agra, fluoride in drinking water is far higher than the permissible limit of 1.5 mgl. This has left hundreds of residents parched. Waiting in a long queue for safe drinking water, Ruxana and other residents of this village barely manage a bucket of water each day.
पहली बात तो पानी नहीं आता है और आता भी है तो गंदा पानी आता है किसी मतलब का नहीं आता है ज्यादा ज्यादा कपड़े धो लो या फैला लो बस और कीचड़ आती है बिल्कुल सड़ी बदबू मारती है नहीं बुरी तरीके से इतनी समस्या है पानी की और पीने का तो मतलब कहीं नहीं है बिल्कुल पानी अब बताओ क्या होए.
So, is this a major poll issue for voters and will political parties pay attention to their woes?
आगरा में पानी की काफी दिक्कत है और आज से नहीं 1947 से लेकर अब तक जो है लोगों ने ध्यान नहीं दिया. इन 5 साल में हमने वो ध्यान दिया कि शायद आगरा की जनता हमेशा हमेशा के लिए याद रखेगी. गंगा कैनाल से हम पानी लेकर आए हैं जो मुश्किल से मार्च तक मैक्सिमम मार्च तक वो स्टार्ट हो जाएगा और मिनरल जैसा पानी मिलेगा.
We are trying that the Ganges water should come to Agra, one thing. Then at many places the central government position is that we should try that the Yamuna water and as well Ganga water, they should be clean. Nothing, nala or the bad water should not enter into. If we do that, the water problem will be solved.
2017 में अगर सरकार आती है तो हम पानी की समस्या को हल करेंगे और पानी की समस्या से जो भी रिलेटेड बातें हैं और हम बैराज बनवाएंगे और काफी टाइम से जो चली आ रही जल संस्थान की समस्या है जल की जो समस्या है वो उत्तर प्रदेश में दूर होगी अगर हमारी सरकार आती है.
Conventional water treatment methods as well as the first phase of Yamuna Action Plan have not managed to check the high pollution levels at Agra. By the time the Yamuna enters Agra district, it was reduced to a sewage canal and a substantial quantity of river water is lifted by the farmers for irrigating their fields. Unless authorities desilt and dredge the river, the underground water problems will not abate, while another election may just pass by.
Despite several directives from the Supreme Court and the National Green Tribunal, the Delhi-Agra stretch of Yamuna remains the most polluted. Several crores have been pumped in, both by the central government and the state government, but a solution looks distant. The government needs to finalize an explicit roadmap to mitigate the water woes of the Tat city. Reporting from Agra, with camera person Shiv Kumar, I'm Kriti Mishra for Rajya Sabha Television.
And that's all we have for you on Verdict 2017. Thanks so much for joining us.